Good evening and welcome to Crooksville High School, the site of our Week 8 MVL Game of the Week here on South 60 Films. I'm Ted Snyder. He's Coach Doug Clifford. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's homecoming night here at Crooksville, Coach, and the Ceramics losers of 3 straight, the Redskins losers of 4 straight. Something's got to give here tonight.
Well, you know, the Ceramics are looking at the playoffs with hungry eyes. I've talked to some of the guys on their staff, and they know they need this one. They need this one big time.
Ceramics currently ranked 21st, or ranked 15th in their region, rather, so not out of the question, but it starts tonight with a win against the struggling Coshocton Redskins. The Redskins dropped 5 consecutive coming into tonight after their Week 2 win at Tusky Valley, and in those 5 losses, they've only combined to score 24 points. How does the Redskins score some points tonight on the road?
Well, you know, I think if they can run the football against the Ceramics, they'll score.
Yeah.
I saw them play New Lex, and they were just outmanned. Yep. Especially at the line of scrimmage. And I haven't seen anybody compete with New Lex at the line of scrimmage yet. And that's where they got whipped. So that's where it'll start. If they can get some decent blocks in the front 5, they run that wing T offense with a lot of misdirection. And the Ceramics got to play assignment football and stay home. Yeah,
a lot on the line here tonight for both teams. But the good news for Crooksville fans, quarterback Brayson Hill will be in uniform and playing for the Ceramics tonight. He was suspended a game ago for conduct in the Philo game 2 weeks ago, but he will play tonight. That's got to be a big boost for Crooksville, and we're going to hear a little bit from head coach Marcus Pardon about his situation. What's your thoughts?
Well, you know, I talked to the coach yesterday, and I thought their quarterback was out, but he told me that he will play tonight.
And Brayson Hill, one of the more electrifying runners from the quarterback position in the MVL, and the Ceramics will sure welcome him back tonight. And I think we have some sound from Crooksville head coach Marcus Pardon.
I look at it differently. Do we want those things to happen? Absolutely not. But you need those things to happen because then you get to see where your culture's at. How's it? You never surprised when a teenager does a teenage thing. It's how do they respond? How do they come back? If they continue to do those teenage things, we got a problem. So, you know, as far as that goes, it sucked. Didn't want that to happen. That does not look good on the culture because that's just what everybody sees. People don't get to see what happens behind the scenes, what happens after that, and what happens in the following weeks. Glad it happened so that we can fix some things. It sucks that it happened for that kid and for our team, but you got to kind of have some of those hiccups in the road along the way. If everything is always great, then everybody would be a high school football coach. So, and they're physical, they're tough. They play they run a lot of wing T stuff, old school physical brand of football. They fly to the ball in defense. There's some things that they do that can give us some problems, but every problem's an opportunity. We got to play a good game for 4 quarters. All right? We got to do what we do for 4 quarters. You got to stop what they want to do, make them try to throw the ball around a little bit. But we have to play good 4 quarters of football. We have not done that yet this year. We played a good half last week. Second half was not as well. Early on in the season, we were starting slow and having good second halves. Now we got to put together 4 quarters of football.
Okay.
And welcome back to Crooksville High School. Almost ready to get this underway. A minute and a half until kickoff, Coach. And we talked about the struggles of both of these schools coming into tonight. Crooksville won their first 4 games, similar start that they had last year, and then hit the struggle bus in the second half. And they're starting to play the tougher teams in the MVL during the back half of the season and starting to run into some roadblocks. But I tell you, we seen them 2 weeks ago, and the thing that stuck out to me is they hung in there for 2.5 quarters. Just the size and physicality of the Electrics wore them down over the course of 4 quarters. But it wasn't lack of effort from Crooksville.
No, you know, I heard that the head coach at Northwestern, Gary Burnett, in an interview, the first year he took over, the guy asked him, he said, you know, Coach, man, you guys really played tough for 3.5 quarters, but that 4th quarter, and he said, well, you know, we're a 3-quarter team. And we're not a 4-quarter team, and unfortunately, you play 4.
Yeah.
And he said, we're getting there, and that's what the new head coach at Crooksville has to do. He has to make his team a 4-quarter team against quality opponents.
Absolutely, and it's hard to gain any traction and consistency as a program when you go through so many head coaches. Coach Pardon is the 3rd head coach in as many seasons for this Crooksville team. You're a former head coach. You understand how hard that is when you bring in a new head coach, he also brings new coordinators and assistants with him, so it's a whole new scheme.
Absolutely. When I was at Crooksville as an assistant and then finally as a head coach, there were 2 head coaches at Crooksville from 1976 to 2003.
Yes.
And I think there's been 10 since I retired. So, yeah, that's tough. I mean, terminology changes, team rules change, offenses and defensive change. I really admire the Crooksville coaching staff. They have 4 wins in their first shot at it, and if they play ball tonight, they can get win number 5.
And this team does not lack talent. There's some talented players wearing Crooksville uniforms out there. I was very impressed with a handful of their players against Philo, especially defensively. Kyle Lane, a sophomore who plays defensive back, he was not only great in coverage, he provided great run support from the secondary. And the guy who stood out the most to me was 50, Jace Thompson. He was listed at 6'3", 245 pounds, but he was playing sideline to sideline, Coach. If he wasn't making the tackle, he was in the vicinity of the tackle. He was everywhere the football was.
Well, that's the kind of player you have to have. You have to have those defensive leaders that, lead by example. Yeah. And it's one thing to be, cheering and rah-rah. Usually the guys that are doing that are the guys who aren't dirty at halftime. But, you have to have players on the field that, lead with their heart. And hopefully that will continue tonight for that defense.
Yep. We talked about the Coshocton Redskins struggles. Losers of 5 straight, scoring just 24 points in those 5 games, 17 of those coming last week against Meadowbrook. They were shut out in 3 of their last 5 games. So if Crooksville ever had a get-right game, it's tonight.
Well, don't underestimate their quarterback. If he's still the starter, number 3, Mason Williams, he has a good arm. And the wing T offense is a running offense. I mean, if it's 3rd and 8, that's a running down.
Yes.
But what happens with the wing T offense is your secondary goes to sleep. They come up and make so many tackles on those counter reverse plays. You have a play action pass, and we used to tell our DBs, that guy's running a 40-yard dash. He's not going for a hot dog. you don't run 40-yard dash. He's going out for a pass. Stay with him. Oh, pooch kick.
And we are underway at Crooksville High School. Short kickoff fielded at the 30. He'll bring it almost out to the 40-yard line. The Ceramics will start with great field position to open this game. And we're going to get a look at Brayson Hill as he is coming out onto the field. And
nice job by Gage Love that time for Crooksville to field that short pooch kick. And, those things can be a real headache if you let them bounce. He did a nice job. And going to be 1st and 10 at their own 39. Pretty good field position.
Number 22, Eli Harvey in the backfield with Hill. You'll see a lot of Cam Potter as well. They featured 2 backs 2 weeks ago when we saw them. Both were very effective. First is a drop back, a fake handoff. Hill's looking deep. He uncorks it. He's got a wide open man. And it looks like Kyle Lane. It is Kyle Lane on the reception, and the Ceramics waste no time, Coach, looking downfield. You stopped by practice yesterday and got a inside look at this offense, the run and shoot, very uncommon in the MVL.
Well, the run and shoot used to be, also called pass in the grass. We don't have any grass anymore, but that's a great way to start the game. That reminds me of a play that former head coach at New Lex, Bill Nutt, would call.
Yeah.
They when he went to that spread offense, he told me, it was after I'd retired, they wanted to see how the secondary was playing. They'd run 4 guys deep. He said, unless they're playing 4 deep, somebody's going to be open. And it's just up to us to find it. That pass was well underthrown.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing had more wobbles than a bad hip.
Yeah.
But the receiver adjusted to the ball. The defensive backs, I mean, they were still flying.
Yep.
Right now we have a Coshocton player down on the field, and I can't begin to think how he got hurt. His number 7 for Coshocton is Champ Haley, junior, 6'1", 190. He's jogging off the field. It looks like he.
And he's one of their primary playmakers, I believe.
Yes, he is. Oh.
Can ill afford to lose any of those, So a big play to open this one.
I think I see the injury, and I won't mention the details.
1st and 10 from the 30.
1st and 10 Ceramics from the 30.
What's the deal? They're sending number 10 off the field, Braden Hannes, for Coshocton. The referee's made a substitution.
Handoff will go to 44, and that's a new back, Jacob Nelson. That's a player who wasn't involved in the run game 2 weeks ago, but gets an early handoff here. We see Cam Potter come into the game. I thought he was the most effective of the running backs.
He's coming off the field on one leg. He hurt his ankle.
Yeah, saw a mix of Cam Potter and Eli Harvey running the football 2 weeks ago.
He was lucky to get a positive yard out of that, but the defender met him in the backfield.
4 wide. 3 to the wide side, a single receiver to the boundary. Is Brody Cottrell. Brayson Hill breaks contain. He's got a lot of running room, and he can fly down the sidelines. Wow. He may get there. They're going to mark him out, Coach, just inside the 5-yard line at the 4. First and goal, Ceramics. Moving down the field with ease right now.
I think I'd be checking those shoes for tiny motors. Man, oh man, he turned that corner. There's no fooling around.
He was the MVL's leading rusher 2 weeks ago, but last week's absence slipped down a little.
I saw him in the locker room yesterday when I come down to see the coach, and they were getting ready to go to pregame dinner. And he looked like the kids at Crooksville used to look. He looked like a tough kid. And
handoff's going to be to Harvey.
6.
And Eli Harvey walks into the end zone. 6-0 Ceramics, less than a minute and a half into this game, Coach.
Look at Coshocton's team. Man, they're just kind of walking around.
No life. Yeah.
When you're 1-6 and somebody puts the first score up on you, your first thought is what we have to do to come back, or should be. But what it really is here we go again. And so that Crooksville needs to keep the heat on, get this extra point through the uprights, and then play some defense.
Brody Cottrell on for the extra point. He was the player line wide lone to the lone wide side of the field on the previous play. He's a backup quarterback. He plays defense. I don't know what position he doesn't play. He's all over the field.
I'll tell you what, that kick right there had all the markings of a Matt McIntyre coach kid.
Yeah.
Matt might be the best position coach in this conference. Nobody knows their position like he does. He is an excellent kicker for Ohio University in his college days, and had a couple shots at the professional football. He's on my coaching staff, and we won games every year because of Matt. It might not be every game, but one game throughout the year we would win because of one of the kids that he coached, either place kicking off or whatever. It's a great job. Does a great job.
I mentioned 4-3 are the Ceramics coming in tonight. Losers of 3 straight, but a win here would ensure their first non-losing season in a decade since 2015. So, that's a little steps. You got to crawl before you can walk, right?
You bet. Well, we'll see how they do against this wing T after they cover the kick.
Good kick. It's over the head.
It's going to bounce.
He's having trouble fielding
and fumble.
Great discipline by Crooksville to box him in. We're going to get a look at the wing T offense of Coshocton, Coach, and we know that's a very, very unique offense to prepare for. You know it.
Yes, it is.
At the later stages of your coordinator career were the beginning stages of John Kelly's head coaching career. So you had to prepare for a great wing T offense at least a half a dozen times.
I want to thank you for bringing up those nightmares that I had forgotten about. I hope everything's going well for John Kelly after he tried to ruin my life.
So Coshocton will come out in the wing T, a single setback, 2 wing backs, and a lone receiver.
It's a lot of guys on the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be straight up the middle, and that's Jace Thompson, the guy I just talked about prior to the game, Coach.
Oh, baby.
I'm telling you, 6'3", 245 pounds, and he was playing sideline to sideline against Philo. He was everywhere.
Welcome to Perry County.
2nd and 11 from the 14.
That's a tackle for a 1-yard loss. 2nd and 11 coming up for the Redskins. To see how aggressive Coach Steve Smith wants to get. Backed up inside his own 15-yard line. flip the formation. The receiver on the wide side of the formation. There's a pass, and that's nearly picked off. It was initially tipped by Kyle Lane, and Brayson Hill made a diving play for it.
Well, he just about came up with that.
See in our Ohio Educational Credit Union replay.
Yeah, the receiver didn't look. I mean, had he just waited another second, he ran past the safety. I think that would have been a big play.
It sure would have. That really caught the Crooksville defense off guard.
Well, this is where when we would coach against a team that ran the wing tee, this is where you want them.
Yep.
3rd and 11. Because if they go play action pass, that just gives your linebackers that much more time to get to the quarterback on a blitz. Play action.
Gonna drop back and pass again. He's just going to have to throw that one away. The pass rush was on him so quick, Coach.
Well, that's a problem with play action fake is great on 1st down. It's great on 2nd and short. It's great on 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 11, save your strength.
Yeah.
No one's going to worry about that play action fake. At least one defender is going to be smart enough to think, hey, buddy, I'm going. And that time they nearly had him. You're right, Ted. He threw that thing away out of preservation. Going to be great field position if the Ceramics handle this punt.
Gets it away. It's a very, very high punt. Going to be fielded at the 45 by Kyle Lane, and he's got a little running room, got some blockers.
Goodbye.
And he might take this one to the house.
Yes,
and he will. Touchdown, Kyle Lane. 45-yard punt return.
I saw Matt McIntyre about to jump out of his shoes. That's excited I've seen Matt get. He plays it pretty close to the vest. I'm sure he must be working with the special team kids. Great job. Great blocking on that punt return team.
Absolutely.
Good clean catch. No penalties. And then turn on the Jets.
Yeah, Kyle Lane, I tell you, this kid, he impressed me 2 weeks ago. He was all over the field.
Sophomore.
Yeah. And, you know, the thing that stood out for him was from his secondary position defensively, he always seemed to be around the football and run support. He could diagnose the run fairly quickly, and we get up there and support the run, which you're going to need when you're giving away that much size. But this Crooksville front four, they gave up a lot of size against Philo, but they held their own. They were making contact at the line of scrimmage or near.
This looks like a twofer.
Crooksville going to line up to go for 2 4-wide formation. Hill in shotgun formation. He's going to roll out to his right and look like the throwback. That's pass to Jace Thompson. A little trickery, and that's not going to go anywhere, Coach.
Nope. That was ugly. That was real ugly. Carpet Monster got him. No one touched him. He just went down on his own. He never had a chance to get in there. I think he was back almost the 20-yard line when he got stopped. All right.
That was a long developing play right there.
Well, you know, the last guy on the field was the quarterback. I mean, he was over here kind of wiping his helmet out, and someone turned around and said, hey, we're going for 2.
What a fast start for the Ceramics. 13-0 is our score, and we still have 9.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter.
You know, when I ran down their schedule and saw their scores, and I talked to their head coach about this yesterday, they're not having trouble getting points.
No.
I mean, scoring has not been the problem. The problem is stopping people. Well, I wish I could tell you what defensive scheme they were using, but it looked like the Jailhouse 9 to me that last time. It had about 9 guys within a foot of the line of scrimmage, and they're going to jam that line of scrimmage and try to intimidate this offensive line. And that's probably some pretty good scouting, and that's a good call, because the wing T has so many plays that run sideways before they turn up the field. If you can get a guy across the line and make penetration, you can really goof up that offense.
Number 7, Haley.
And Brady Cottrell will kick this one away. Cleanly fielded this time. And here come the...
Oh, there's a block in the back.
Yes, it was.
Holy cow.
Easy to spot that one, wasn't it, Coach?
You know, I accumulated some of those flags at one point back in the old days, but I tried not to do it in the middle of the field when the first guy down the field and clobber him.
Look
boom!
right here.
Whoa! Well, I'll tell you what, number 2 got his money's worth on that penalty. I mean, he's not going to go to the sideline and tell a coach that I didn't hit him very hard, Coach. Caleb Grimmett, that's first-class foul.
So that's going to back the Redskins up to about the same place they started their first drive, the 14-yard line.
All right, let's count the guys on the line of scrimmage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys on the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be a handoff.
And that's why. I think that's your 6'3", 235 guy.
Grimmett on the carry. Gain of 1 yard on the play.
Just 1 yard on the play gain, so second and long.
Jace Thompson?
Yes.
Junior.
Yep.
Holy cow.
Yeah, they got some fine young players on this team, but they also got some experience, especially at the receiver and secondary position with Eli Sprankle and Gage Love. Those two have played a lot of football. Second down and 9 for the Redskins. There's that misdirection, Coach.
Yes, it is.
Pretty good discipline there from
Yes,
Crooksville.
It was. Good job. Newark Catholic probably ran that play better than anybody on the planet. And when we would play them, if we held their wing back to an average of 9 yards, we consider that a win.
Yeah.
Because they just ate us alive with that. Okay, now.
Yeah, when the wing tee is blocked properly, it's so hard to defend. When you got the players that can block it up front.
You know, yeah, and it's not based on power blocking. It's based on the angles.
Yes.
Guards pull on about every play. They try to work angles on you.
Big third down here for the Ceramic defense. The Redskins are going to elect to throw again. That pass well short of the intended receiver. It's going to bring up fourth down for the Redskins. And they're unable to even get a first down here in the early parts of this game.
No, that pass was that's a difficult throw.
Yep.
You play action fake, roll to your left and you're right-handed, and you got to throw the ball in the flat. That's a Tom Brady throw, man. I mean, that's a tough throw. All right, here we go.
Young back to punt.
Boy, I saw the punting game just killed Maysville last week against New Lex. He had 2 over the punter's head.
Oh.
All right, nice kick.
This is fielded again by Lane, and he's this time going to be tackled.
Much better coverage that time. It looked like number 1 on the tackle, Cash Murphy.
Tackled by number 1, Murphy.
And now Crooksville comes out for their officially their third possession, but their second score came on special teams. So we'll see what they have to offer. A 13-point lead. We'll see if Coach Pardon wants to keep his foot on the gas.
Oh yeah. He's got a brick tied to his foot. Don't have any doubts. All right, what we got here? Holy cow, where's all the wide receivers, Coach?
Kind of a pistol backfield with a couple of wingbacks on the same side. It's going to be a Brayson Hill run all the way, design quarterback run, and he's bottled up in the backfield. That's going to be a 3-yard loss on first down.
Yes, it is. Caleb Grimmett was the first guy on the scene. I mean, that was not disguised at all, Ted. I mean, they had a tight end to that side. They had 2 blocking backs lined up in there like wings. They had a lead blocker running back, no split ends. I mean, they kind of telegraphed that play, and I thought we might see like a little misdirection back the other way, but they went for a power play, and Coshocton was up for the challenge.
Eli Harvey.
The same formation to the other side.
Harvey's the single back behind Hill. He's going to lead the way.
Same
for
play.
Another run for Brayson Hill. He's going to get back. He's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Looked like he was bent awkwardly in a bad position there.
Yes, he was.
And he's going to pop right up off the turf.
Tackled by Tidwell.
Third and long here. Brings up a passing situation for Crooksville.
I think we have a little warning with the players there. The referees are taking time to talk to both kids. You know, Brayson, I saw where he's on the honor roll. He's a great student.
Third down and 10.
But if he has a defect, buddy, it's that short temper that gets him kicked out of games. And he's been, I've been told he's been kicked out of basketball games as well. And you got to control that.
Yep.
You can't have $1,000 legs and a 10-cent head.
Hill will take.
There it goes.
He's looking. He is looking. He's gonna throw it. He's got a receiver, and that is broken up. Great coverage there.
I think they're going to say he was across the line of scrimmage where you have holding. I saw a flag go down.
I didn't think he was passed.
That's holding. I didn't think he was either, but when I saw that flag, as soon as he threw it, I thought, well, maybe he's across the line, and we're going to have a holding call. Well, that was an interesting series of plays.
Coshocton's going to decline that penalty, Coach, and take the 4th down coming up. Never want to give him an extra down.
You know, if I was Coshocton and my record was 1-6, I'd be trying to block this punt.
Looks like they're bringing everyone up to the line of scrimmage here, Coach. They're heeding your advice.
Well, that looks like someone's going to go for it on 4th and 10.
Oh, yes, it does.
Maybe get him jump off sides. Nope, they're going for it.
Hill is going to drop back. He's going to throw deep. He's got a wide open man. That is Eli Sprankle.
Oh, no.
That was Gage Love. Did he drop it?
He stripped it.
Oh.
Falls incomplete.
The defensive back was beaten big time, but he didn't give up. That's what you teach your DBs. Don't give up on it. Watch this play. I mean, he's whipped.
Yep.
This is a touchdown to catch the ball.
Yep.
I mean, I'm surprised.
Brayson Hill threw a dart right there.
You know, I don't agree with that call. That's a touchdown. There's no such thing as a fumble in the end zone.
They say not, but
I mean, that ball was clearly stripped out after he was in the end zone. I don't understand it. That looks like an NFL rule.
A perfectly thrown football from Brayson Hill.
Okay, this is the break for the Coshocton team.
Yeah, great field position for the Redskins to start their 3rd possession, and they will hand it off to the wingback, and he's got some blocking out on the edge.
Yes, he does.
That's the first down of the night for Coshocton. 12-yard gainer and first down. And that was Haley, the player who went off the field after the opening kickoff. Nice to see him back out there.
Well, you know, if the Redskins can push this down the field, make it a 1-score game, I mean, you know, it's that was a risky call there on 4th down. Had the receiver held on to it, the Crooksville head coach looked like the smartest guy in town. As it is right now, his defense better save him.
Another handoff. He is bottled up behind the line of scrimmage, number 1.
Great job by the defense that time. Defensive front absolutely gave him nowhere to go.
Yeah, that's going to be back to the line of scrimmage, if that, for Murphy. 2nd and long for Coshocton.
Okay, this is the 2nd and long for the wing tee. This is the classic inside counter running play type of deal. They had some success against New Lex late in the game, coming to the New Lex left. They're going to throw it.
Haley takes the handoff. He is tackled behind the line of scrimmage by freshman Brandon Johnson.
Nice play. I thought it was a drop back pass. I had my eyes on the quarterback.
The freshman stepping in, making a big tackle for Crooksville.
You know, you better have a really good team that runs the wing tee if you call that play on 2nd and 11.
Yes.
You know, I mean, that's a tough play. That's a tough play to get 11 yards on. But that's the idea of the wing tee. Yep. Don't get 11, get half of it, and then we'll run it again.
Yep. So 3rd and 13 for Coshocton. It's going to be a double
reverse.
Double handoff.
Oh, good tackle out there.
Diagnosed well. It's going to be a 4, maybe 5-yard gain on 3rd down. They're going to set the Redskins up 4th and 8 inside the Crooksville 40. So they could elect to go for this one.
With the tackle.
Looks like they will.
4th down and 8.
Well, those are really pretty jerseys Crooksville has on, but boy, I tell you what, they're hard to read those numbers. I tell you, gee, Christmas. I never did see the guys that made a tackle on me. He saved that 1st down for sure. He's the last man on the pursuit angle. 4th down.
4th and 8. Man in motion is Haley. That's going to be a double pass, but that play is broken up in the back end. Looked like
You know,
Eli Sprankle, but that first pass looked forward to me.
It did to me too.
Yeah.
And you only allowed one of those per play. So, I have a couple questions for this crew. I mean, I don't think that thing in the end zone was a fumble on that pass play, and I think that was 2 forward passes on the same play.
Yep, it was subtle, but it looked like that initial pass was about a half yard ahead of where he released it, where it was caught.
Well, I know I'm going to butcher the head coach's name, but Coach Pardon?
Coach Pardon, yeah. Marcus Pardon.
Okay, Coach Pardon. See if he comes back out with that crummy-looking offense with no wide receiver. There we go. Now he's come back to his senses. These guys, they can't cover the tip at McDonald's, buddy. Throw that thing.
4 wide, go out in routes. Brayson Hill still
there
looking.
He is. Oh, there he is.
He's going to throw it to Cottrell. That was broken up by Murphy at the last minute.
For Cottrell, broken up by Murphy.
I think if Cottrell had stayed with it, he'd have caught that on the deflection.
Yeah,
I mean, watch this ball.
Hill does a lot with his athleticism to keep this play alive.
Oh, yeah.
That's a tough throw moving to his left.
It is. Watch this ball pop up.
Yep.
He kind of gives up. Oh, man. Okay.
Brody Cottrell, kind of like the Swiss Army knife for Crooksville. He plays all over the place. He's place kicker, wide receiver, backup quarterback. What a luxury to have a guy you can plug in at so many different positions.
You know, that's how it's always been at Crooksville. You know,
give is right up the middle.
Okay, good yardage.
It is great yardage. 6 yards on first down. Cam Potter, and he was the name we called over and over and over again 2 weeks ago. He's a very effective runner.
You know, one time the late Paul Culver called us up. We were talking on a Saturday, and he'd lost his starting tailback. He said, I'm down on my third-string tailback. And we just laughed. We said, we don't feel sorry for you, Paul. We lost our starting tailback, and our guard had to go to fullback. And we had one back. We had 2 backs. That's a first down.
Brayson Hill, quarterback keeper, gained 6 yards. First down into Redskins territory.
All right, that's a good start. Brayson, get a first down, help the tackler up. I like it. Really confused the defense.
And he is a real threat with his legs, so
no doubt about it.
That defense, it really keeps that defense honest.
I tell you what, he can throw it as well.
Yes.
There's no lack of arm strength there. There's the 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Quick pass. Nice shot.
Shoots a screen pass out the lane, and he's going to go.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Kyle Lane all the way to the end zone for his second score of the night. Having a great night is sophomore Kyle Lane. He takes the screen. We're going to get another look right here. And watch this juke. This one, whoop. And he put 3 different Coshocton defenders in the spin cycle. Did the rest himself down the sideline.
It was a great effort by number 4, Cohen Phillips. He's a senior. You expected that was a senior, but he just didn't have enough juice to catch that guy. Wow.
It's Kyle Lane who returned the punt for a touchdown. So
no lack of speed on this Ceramic team. If I remember right, Ted, these kids were really good when they were in like Biddy League and junior high. They had some really good teams, but they've had a new head coach 3 years in a row.
Yeah, that's so hard as a player when you got to learn a whole new scheme and system 3 years straight. But this Crooksville team seems to be turning the corner and gaining some traction here as a program.
Hey, Ted, just on another point here. Did a UFO just land on the hillside over there or what?
There is a light up there. I don't know what it is.
Holy Fox Mulder.
Yeah. Maybe they want to come watch the Crooksville game.
Well, every pass we've seen prior to that one has been a deep ball.
Yes.
Whether designed or on a scramble. And it has the Redskins secondary. I mean, those guys are backed up. That ball snapped, and they're flying back. And look for Coach Pardon to come back with some more of that stuff.
I agree.
Because you're going to give that stuff away. Throw the ball to Lane.
Yeah, the corners were giving, 5-yard cushion just to ensure they didn't get beat deep.
At least 5, maybe more.
So Cottrell will kick this one away. Ceramics up 20-0 still in the first quarter. Kickoff is fumbled, but Haley able to fall back on top of it at the Redskin 26. That's where they will start their next drive, and the Redskins desperately need something positive offensively.
Well, if that's number 2, I can't tell what number it is. I tell you what, that's a great hustle that time. The guy on the kickoff team, he just nearly came up with that football.
Eli Sprankle.
Nice job. Well, the kicker kicked the ball across the field that time. They didn't kick it to their best guy, and that gives a return team more time to get down the field as that ball flies across the field. And that just about worked out perfectly for the Ceramics. Well, this is probably the best starting position, except for, well, when Crooksville went for it on 4th down, didn't make it. They had the ball at midfield. But on a kickoff, this is their best start so far. 26-yard line.
The Redskins just 1 first down here in the first quarter, unable to gain anything offensively. This is going to be a pitch sweep, and they got some blocking set up out in front of this one, Coach. And he's got the first down all the way out near midfield. That's a big bruising back.
Yes,
number 2.
Caleb Grimmett, buddy. He's 5'8", 200 pounds, and he can motor too. But we have a different quarterback in the game. That is not the starting quarterback, Mason Williams, number 3. That's number, is that 18? That quarterback? 18 or 10?
18.
That's J.J. Herman, and J.J. is a senior. Holy cow. You better get somebody out here on this guy.
Yeah, that play is going nowhere.
Boy, they better be...
Crooksville strung that one up 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and that's where the play will end.
Nice play, Thompson. But I tell you what, it's a good thing that they called a running play, because there wasn't a corner out there on the wide receiver, and someone is trying to get out there. He didn't get within 10 yards of the guy when the ball was snapped. That was that's when your quarterback yells an automatic and says, hey, go deep. There we go. Now we got some coverage, one-on-one coverage here.
Will be another pitch sweep to the same side, and nearly the same result. This big back, they're having trouble getting him to the ground, Coach. That's another first down. And that's Jace Thompson on the ground for Crooksville, and that would be a devastating loss. He seems to be in a significant amount of pain. He's made the tackle, or helped on the tackle there, as you've seen on your screen, but he is still down. That would be a tough loss right there.
Oh, my. Well, I saw one of the guys in pursuit. He did what we call, instead of going across the face of the blocker, he went behind him, and that kind of sprung the running back. But, yeah, that's by far he's been the best defensive player on the field tonight for the Ceramics.
Let's see if he's got the training staff for both schools now in the vicinity. So we're going to step aside momentarily while the injury is taken care of here. We'll be right back, folks.
Are you on me right now?
And we're back at Ceramic Stadium. Jace Thompson was the injured Ceramic. He was able to get off the field under his own power.
20 zip right now in favor of the Ceramics. We have 1:11 left in period 1. Is that right? It's still first period? And I don't know, Ted. My bedtime's coming up, buddy. I may have to go home.
Well, Coshocton's going to have to put some points on the board, or we're going to have a running clock sooner than later.
1st and 10.
The handoff is to Haley. Some blocking looked like it was there. He's still fighting for yardage. Give him 5 on the carry. And that's what you were talking about. A 5-yard gain on first puts them right where they want to be.
Exactly. I mean, that's the whole deal with the wing tee. You get positive yards on 1st and 2nd down, 3rd down, they're going to run it again.
2nd down and 5.
All right, see how the Ceramics are playing defense here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 6 guys on the line of scrimmage again.
Murphy was the man in motion, but they're going to give it to the big fullback once again, and he is drugged to the ground by what?
On the carry, tackle by Harper.
That looked like something you'd see in Wyoming with a horse involved. I'm sure that Ceramic defender was waiting for some reinforcements, and none came.
And that is going to do it for the first quarter of action from Ceramic Stadium. Crooksville 20, Coshocton 0. We'll be right back with the second quarter right after this.
I coached him too.
Second quarter action about to get underway. 3rd down and 5 for Coshocton at the Crooksville 35-yard line. Murphy's the man in motion. Coshocton's going to drop back and try to pass this. He does have an open receiver, well overthrown. He was wide open. Right in the soft spot of that Crooksville defense. Unable to capitalize, but that play call right there on 3rd down leads me to believe they had 4th down intentions all along.
Oh, no doubt about it. You know, Ted, back in the day, we had a passing tree with routes on it, and that's what the kids ran. Today, the passing games have grown to where the receiver and the quarterback read the secondary back, and then he runs the route accordingly. I don't know if they're that sophisticated in the wing T offense, but so it's a lot different game on offense today.
J.J. Herman still under center for Coshocton. He's going to drop back. He's got a guy behind the 1st down marker, and he is brought down well short of the necessary yardage to gain. That's going to be a turnover on downs. Great job by the Crooksville D.
Now what? We got a late flag.
Yeah, that was very late. Has to be a dead ball of some sort.
It's a dead ball foul. It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on Ceramics.
So, even though that's a dead ball penalty, that's going to award Coshocton a free 1st down if that's an unsportsmanlike call.
Well, I see the referee talking to one of the Ceramic players about what happened. It's a dead ball foul. It still should be Ceramic football. 1st and 10. But they're going to be backed up.
Good call, Coach. Yeah, they're just not going to have the field position they were going to have. They were going to start this possession at about the 33-yard line.
I mean, did he stab somebody's Aunt Mabel? I mean, look how far back they went.
They moved it from the 33 to the 18. 15,
wait a minute here. Wait a minute.
15-yard penalty.
Wait a minute. This should be Crooksville football. I mean, it's a dead ball foul. The play was over.
And you are right.
There you go.
Yep. Now they're sorting it out down on the field. A little confusion going on, but Yeah, had that personal foul happen within the play before the play was whistled dead.
That's right.
Then it would have been awarded. The yardage would have been awarded to the Redskins and still maintain possession.
All right, timeout Crooksville here. It's a good timeout.
Well, we have the break. Take a moment to get some of these sponsors in here, Coach. We couldn't do these games without them. The Community Bank. Now is the perfect time to join the Go Local movement by banking locally with the Community Bank. Finks Harley-Davidson, live to ride, ride to live, and Foxfire Schools, free public alternative education, serving students grades K through 12.
Well, I go local. I do. I'm a Community Bank guy, but and I think motorcycles are really, really pretty.
Yeah.
But I'm scared to death of
them. I have a lot of friends that ride, and they say riding at night's awesome if it wasn't for them deer.
Oh yeah, that'll put a real crimp in your prom plans. No, I'm not.
You know.
Now, Coach Pardon has to get his kids to play without their mouths, because I'm sure that was a verbal penalty. Because I didn't see a punch thrown.
No.
I didn't see a late hit. I think it was strictly verbal. And that just drives a coach crazy.
It'll be ceramic ball.
So it is ceramic ball, but Jace Thompson still sitting down on the sideline, not participating in this drive. They're going to hand it off. That's going to be
a short gain, if any.
Eli Harvey. It may be a gloss of one on the carry.
Well, Coach Pardon told me they utilize a play from the Veer offense that was all the rage back in the 70s, especially in the South. And it's based on the quarterback reading the handoff to the running back in the line of scrimmage, not blocking the end man on the line, forcing him to make a decision. But that's not what that looks like.
4-wide formation for Crooksville. Hill's going to throw the screen to the running back.
Nice block out there by number 1. I know that.
And that was Cam Potter on the reception. Modest gain of 4 on the play. Should bring up about a 3rd and 7 here from the Redskins' 22-yard line.
Third down and 6.
3rd and 6, they're calling it for the Ceramics. A big down here. Crooksville came out of the gates hot. Scored on their second play from scrimmage and then scored subsequently on a punt return. They've been a little stagnant their last possession or two.
Well, this looks like a throw to me.
4 wide, no back in the formation. Hill's going to roll out.
Nope.
Hill is going to be brought down, and he is nowhere near the first down marker. 3 yards shy of that. Likely a punting situation for the Ceramics.
Well, he rolled to the short side of the field. Didn't have much room there. He only had one receiver over here. The receiver came back to him, but not quickly enough. He didn't have a chance to throw it. So he didn't get this thing punted away.
4th down and 3. Back to kick for the Ceramics, Cottrell. Back to receive for the Redskins.
He's a good return man.
And Haley.
Cash Murphy's back there deep. He is a good return man. Don't kick the ball to him. Whoa, nice grab by the punter. Nice punt. Oh, fumble. Okay, that is not a fumble, but it's a muff. That's ceramic ball.
Yes, it is. Murphy, Cash Murphy, the player you just mentioned.
There you go.
He called for the fair catch, but you still have to field the ball when you call for a fair catch, and he fumbled that football. It actually bounced up and ricocheted. We're going to get in and look right here. It took an awkward bounce right into him, right off his hands, right into the lap.
Yep. You don't have to catch a fair catch. You can let it hit,
yes, but
you can't touch it. I mean, you don't not like that. But the reason that the ceramic player couldn't advance it, you can advance a fumble, but if he doesn't have control of the ball, they call that a muff, and you can't advance a muff. You can eat a muffin, but you can't advance a muff.
It's going to be a handoff around the right edge.
Pretty good leverage that time by the Redskin defense. Didn't allow that runner to get it on the perimeter.
And that was Cam Potter on the carry. He or Harvey unable to get any traction going here so far in this game.
2nd down and 9.
The major success for Crooksville offensively has been the right arm of Brayson Hill.
Well, I'm surprised they didn't come back with that, just that quick drop curl pattern or whatever to the receiver. Just go out there and find an open spot and sit down. There he goes.
Yeah, Hill's got some. He's got some room. He makes a man miss right there, and he fumbles the football, and luckily that went right out of bounds. And he fumbled it forward a few yards, and they will likely bring this back to the spot, which they will, where Hill fumbled it. You cannot fumble forward. You can't gain extra yards by fumbling the ball forward.
Well, Kenny Stabler ruined that for everybody, didn't he? Man, I remember that game.
Right here, you're going to see, just needs to protect that ball, carrying it like a loaf of bread out there, Coach.
Yeah, that was that'll add some years to the head coach's life.
4 receivers, 2 to each side of the formation. Eli Harvey in the backfield with Hill. Fake will be to him, and the pass out.
Nice tackle
to Easton Matthews, and you mentioned it. He is tackled immediately out there by Cash Murphy.
Murphy's a quality player. I saw him play at New Lex, and he's just a sophomore. So they have some kids coming back, but it's tough right now. It's really tough at Coshocton. I mean, 1 win this year so far.
Yeah, that was 29-23 back week 2 against Tusky Valley.
Okay, here we 20-0, 8:25 clock running here. Second quarter.
Trips to the wide side for Hill. He'll take the snap. This is a design quarterback run all the way. And he's breaking tackle after tackle. He's gonna get to the end zone. He did make it to the end zone, Coach. Grayson Hill runs it in.
I mean, he came to a complete stop and took off again.
Yep. His athleticism has never been in question. It's from the shoulders and up.
Yep.
Is where he needs improvement. And
look at this. He's going to stop. Yep. Man, oh man, what a move.
Yeah, great play. I was impressed with him a year ago, just his athleticism and just the way he plays. He plays with a lot of confidence.
Well, he does.
26-0 is our score. PAT pending here.
He's one of those kids when he's on the field, you always think you have a chance. I mean, that's the kind of kid he is, without a doubt.
The extra point knocked through by Cottrell. 27-0. Not even midway through the second quarter, and Crooksville has got it cooking here tonight. You mentioned there's 3 losses. Those were against 3 really good teams, though. Philo, Morgan, and West Muskingum. And people might raise their eyebrow when I say Morgan, but that team, that's a whole different team this year. They're really looking good down there under a first-year head coach.
Well, they're playing well. You know, I think I heard somebody tell me the other day that the MVL's down this year. I said, well, I don't know if it's down or a lot of teams are, right there on the cusp of turning it around. And it's one of those seasons when anybody can almost win that week. I mean, I saw Meadowbrook beat John Glenn, and John Glenn was off to a great start. So you just never know. I mean, that's why the game's played on the carpet, not on paper.
So true. We're going to get a look at these Coshocton Redskins again next week when our broadcast takes us to Coshocton. We'll see the Redskins play host to the Tornadoes from West Muskingum. 2 weeks in a row we get to see the Redskins. Crooksville enjoying a 27-0 lead. Cottrell's going to boot this one away. Little pooch kick. Fielded at the 35, and he is hit immediately inside the 40. And that was Brannon Johnson, freshman on special teams, making the tackle for Crooksville.
That's when the return man is going to ask, did anybody get the license plate? I mean, he got smacked. He didn't fumble. Did a nice job. All right, see if the Redskins can mount something up here. It's 27-0, 8:05 left in the first half. one wide receiver, 2 wing backs.
It's Cash Murphy in motion. They're going to toss the ball, and this has probably been their most effective play.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, they found something there on that defensive left side, and they are exploiting it. Well, if you look at the way the Ceramics are lined up, they have like 6 or 7 guys on the line, and that's just an invitation to run to the outside. If you have 6 guys with their hands on the ground inside like that, outside's where to run it, and that's good coaching.
Still without the services of Jace Thompson. It looks like his night's over, Coach. He's still sitting down there on the bench, so Crooksville's going to have to finish this one without him. This is Herman on the rollout. He finds a receiver in the middle of the field. Looked like his tight end. Big number 8.
Is it 8 or 0? 8?
Young on the reception.
Yes, Hayden Young.
By a gang of Ceramics. First down.
Just a junior, 6'1", 225. Well, this Crooksville defense, they had 9 guys on the line of scrimmage. I mean, they're just daring them to throw the football. I see 5, 6, 7. There's 8 guys in the box.
Herman's going to drop back. He sees some room, and he takes it. J.J. Herman, he's got some room. Brought down there by Gage Love, and he possibly prevented a touchdown right there as Herman found some space, and he took it.
You know, if you're a defensive coordinator and you have a 27-point lead, you can you can roll the dice. I mean, you can be the riverboat gambler, but you know they're not going to score a 28-point touchdown. But they're in a defense now that they're daring them to do a couple things. One is to throw the football. Now, look, now they get some guys backed up. Linebackers are off the line of scrimmage now.
It's going to be that same pitch to the right. And they're finding some positive yards out of this one. He's still fighting for yardage, Coach, inside the 15-yard line. That's going to be a 6-yard gain on first down.
Well, you know, when people ask what adjustment do you make at halftime, well, the adjustment the defense is going to have to make is how to play that sweep, because they're getting beaten on the perimeter right there pretty easily. See if I can watch the blocking scheme. I think they might run that again.
That's going to be a handoff to Haley, and he is met in the backfield and brought down immediately. That was 52, Christopher Taylor.
Well, I bet that is the son of our assistant coach Chris Taylor, who played for me. He's a stud linebacker for the Ceramics, and bless his heart, he was a senior my first year when we lost every game. He never missed a play.
Wow.
Never complained, never griped. He's on the coaching staff, and tell you, that was looked like a play his daddy would have made. Oh, holy cow.
Yeah, Herman drops back to throw on third down. Nobody open downfield, and a trio of Crooksville defenders converge to make the stop. He tried to make the best of it. You see, it was Taylor once again, one of the 3 in there.
Well, I wonder, when we have a timeout now here with the 5:02 mark here first half, I wonder if number 3, Mason Williams, who's just a sophomore, was he injured or just replaced? I know they put J.J. Herman in and New Lex late in the game, but Mason was the starting quarterback. Mason Williams, he played most of the game, but I haven't seen him since early on.
Our white game ball ticket is 0-0.
J.J. Herman looks the part. He looks like a starting quarterback.
Well, you know, I'm sure the coach went with Mason Williams. Yeah. He's a sophomore. He's going to be back next year. You go through youth. But there's a lot to be said for a guy who's a senior who's been waiting around. Yeah. And so he's in the game. Okay, 4th and 9. 5:02 left in the second quarter. See what Coach Smith over there has come up with. He's called a timeout. I did this one time. I called a timeout, critical situation like this, and we had a big play called, and the quarterback ran a sneak for -2. And I said, what were you thinking? He said, "Call, Coach, it was there." I said, "Thanks a lot. I can't wait to tell the boosters it was there."
4th down and 9 for Coshocton. Mason Williams is back in there now, Coach.
Picked.
And that ball was off the hands of the intended receiver, intercepted by Brayson Hill, and he is on the move.
I tell you what,
he is on the move. He may take this one, Coach. I don't think they're going to catch him.
No,
20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Brayson Hill.
6.
He puts that speed on full display. Once he got around the 50-yard line, you could see that unfolding. There wasn't anyone that was capable of catching him. We're going to get our look right here, right off the hands of the intended receiver. And Brayson Hill, just a knack for weaving, making his way through traffic.
Well, you know, when you're being chased by a 55, there's not much chance you're going to get caught.
He's just got electrifying speed in the open field.
Caleb Grimmick came the closest to getting him, but not really that close at all. But right now we have an injured Redskin down here back at about the 17-yard line. I have no idea who it is.
And so we'll step aside momentarily while they address this injury once again. We'll be right back. Welcome back. 4:43 to play until halftime. Ceramics just took it in via a pick 6 by Brayson Hill. PAT still pending. 33-0 is our score right now.
So how many touchdowns does Hill have tonight?
That was his second.
Second?
One rushing and one there on defense. And Kyle Lane's got a couple himself. PAT from Cottrell up and good. That's going to make our score 34-0. And we're going to have a running clock here in the first half, Coach.
I don't think they start till the second half. I don't think they will. I think it's when they start the second half, you have a 30-point lead, they'll turn that baby on. But I think they'll keep it regulation here. We'll see. Well, I just want everybody to know that another former Ceramic is watching the game tonight at his home in Lincolnton, North Carolina. It'd be John Sturgill. John played football for us here when I first came in at Crooksville back in the mid to late 80s. Wide receiver. And I think that's back in the day when our wide receivers might even catch 2 or 3 passes a year. we were a tailback team, buddy. And John was a defensive back and wide receiver for us.
The coach of last year's team was also a former player of yours, Nathan Van Meter.
Yes, he was.
And I'm surprised. I was really surprised. As good a job as Marcus Pardon is doing here, I was really surprised that Nathan didn't elect to come back for another year. I don't know.
You just
your
can't,
thoughts on that.
Ted, you can't imagine. Bill Belichick gets credit for saying there's no days off. There's no days off if you're a high school coach. I mean, and everything in town is your fault. If somebody's cat gets run over on 3rd Street, it's your fault. So it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. And, like I was talking to Coach Pardon, how many other professionals say, I'm going to base my entire career, income, and future on the whims of a 16-year-old boy? So, when you're involved in it, you're so involved. You don't really see that big picture of what it is, how much time it takes. And when you step away from it and you look back and you see how much time you put in that,
it's year-round. It's a commitment.
It is. All right, no split people are on this time. Everybody's bunched.
Very tight formation. J.J. Herman back in the game at quarterback. It's going to be a pitch sweep to the right once again. Six yards. They're gaining 4 or 5, 6 yards at a time on that play.
I'd run it every down.
Until they can prove they could stop it. I'm right there with you, Coach.
Well, I tell you what should really work. Now, I don't really have it in their offense or not, but we put this in for we had a quarterback named Jeremy Watts, and he could execute it perfectly. Fake that pitch sweep. I mean, throw that ball out there and pull it back and step back and have some wide receiver going down the field as fast as he can go, and he'll be wide open. There's a sweep again.
Yep. Same play. Better defended that time by Crooksville. Gain of 2 is going to bring up a 3rd and short for Coshocton. 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a defensive end tonight on that defensive left side, you're earning your letter tonight.
Yep.
Because they're going to come back to that often.
That was the first thing that caught my eye the first time I saw Crooksville this year was the difference in them defensively, how quickly they were getting to the ball and how they were rallying multiple hats to the ball.
Well, they have good team speed.
Yep.
Team speed doesn't just apply to offense.
And that's going to be stuffed right there.
That is stuffed.
That's going to be a loss of 1.
Phelps on the carry.
That's going to put Coshocton in a precarious down and distance. 4th and 2 inside their own 45-yard line. No doubt they're going to go for it. Down 34-0. But Crooksville, another big chance to come up with a big defensive play and give themselves a short field.
Well, I'm going to go out on a real limb here. And, they might run a sweep.
Yeah, they haven't shown a receiver at all this series. They've had that tight formation. Have an extra blocker in there.
Make some noise.
But you're exactly right, Ted, about the defense. They really run to the football. I talked to the defensive coordinator this summer, and I asked him what defense he was going to, what were they going to run? He said, we're going to run 8 guys with the football on every snap. I said, well, that should work. Timeout, Coshocton. 2:31 left, 34-0.
Coshocton's going to talk about this one and why we have another moment. Let's get some more of our sponsors in here, Coach. Ziegler Tire, where we focus on building customer relations and providing the highest quality of workmanship each and every automotive repair. Muskingum Valley Health Centers, and our instant replay tonight brought to you by the Ohio Educational Credit Union, and we are South 60 Films, the new home for MVL football. And 4th and 2 here, Coach. What are your instructions to your defense?
If you're playing on the defensive left side, buddy, when I'm talking about sweep, I'm not talking about a broom. Get ready. But, it's working on Crooksville's favor if that's their call, because that's the short side. So maybe they'll come back here to the left. See how they're lined up here. That looks like a punt formation to me.
It sure does, especially with the receiver out wide.
Good time to fake. Yep. Oh!
And that's going to be close, Coach. That's going to be close.
Well, I think he's short.
I think he is too, but this may require a measurement.
I think he's short by 7 centimeters.
See where exactly they place this football. I think he has to
get... They moved the chains already.
Yeah, he had to get to the 45 at least.
Boy, did you see him hit the line there? Wow. I mean, that's no fair to have a punter that runs that hard. Man, I mean, he just blasted up in there, just barely got the first down.
1st and 10 from the 45-yard line.
Well, that's a classic time to fake. I mean, it's 4th and 2, close to midfield. Tight formation here.
The handoff. And he's got some space here, Coach.
Oh, good stiff
arm on the outside, but
out of bounds. Nice job, heady play.
Phillips on the carry.
Cohen Phillips, nice run. I think that's going to be good for another first down.
Yeah, probably the best run of the night for Coshocton. There's plenty of space. You'll see the hole just open right. Once that tackle was missed right there, it was up to Kyle Lane to bring him down. You can see the hand and the face mask.
They pulled a guard from the backside, but he never got to the point of attack. Phillips beat him to it and made a first down anyway.
Like a traditional I formation there, but Herman's going to throw. He did not feel that pressure coming from behind.
Man, I tell you what, that was
Sprinkle on the head.
Eli.
Nice. hit. Sprankle.
Eli Sprankle.
Oh,
You
here
can
I
see him.
come.
He's on a beeline.
Oh, good hit. Nice legal hit. Put that shoulder into him. Think with your head. Don't hit with it. And busted that play. I mean, he didn't get a sack, but he definitely ruined that play. My daughter's here somewhere. Did? They came in all the way from Chicago for homecoming.
Goodness.
You betcha, buddy.
Oh, wow.
Her and her husband, Jeff, and my granddaughter, Maddie, they're out in the crowd somewhere.
Fantastic. This is going to be a pitch sweep to the right. And that's Phillips once again. And these are the first carries I can remember Phillips taking here tonight. This seems to be a new ball carrier.
Well, there's number 61 for Crooksville. Came in on the defensive line. And if my old coaching buddy Tom Fell were coaching, he'd be chewing that kid because you get across the line, he would tell the guys, stop and go down the line. Don't run and chase. If you were that fast, you'd be a running back and not a defensive lineman.
And 3rd down and 9 for the Redskins. Herman.
Here they come.
Herman's going to roll out. He's going to throw back across his body. And he had a
nice job in the defense that time.
He had a receiver momentarily, but that was Brandon Johnson in coverage. He's a freshman. He's made several plays defensively here tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, he doesn't play like a freshman.
He does not. You can get another look at it. Herman rolls out to his right. I think that was designed to go back across the grain all along. But
yes, it was.
Well diagnosed by the Crooksville D.
4th down and 9. And I think that might be their last time out. Maybe no, maybe not. It looks like they have 2.
Yep.
Nope, that's it, isn't it? Last time out for the Redskins.
Coshocton, their 3rd of the first half.
4th and 9, a very tough down and distance for a wing T look. Maybe this Crooksville front 4, they've been applying some serious pressure to Herman.
Well, this is the first time I've gotten to see the Ceramics play this year, and I like what I've seen so far. I mean, they play hard, they play fast. Coach Parton's offense fits the personnel perfectly. And defensively, I really can't tell what defense they're playing. It just looks like the junkyard dogs have been turned loose. I mean, everybody's on the line of scrimmage. To stop that running attack, they're not worried about the passing game whatsoever. Every now and then their linebackers will be off the line of scrimmage a couple of yards, but they came out with a game plan to stop the run and go from there, and that's what they've done. Pitching a shutout so far.
I mentioned Crooksville coming into tonight ranked 15th in Region 23. They're 3 spots out of the last playoff position, but a win here would go a long way to boosting them in computer points. 2 games left, New Lexington and Maysville.
Two tough ones.
Yeah, they desperately need this one tonight. Do the Ceramics. Shotgun snap. Herman's going to drop back. He's going to fire a short screen. That's a very good play.
Yes, it was.
And that's Phillips once again.
Well, they set up a screen to the right. If we can see the replay, I mean, look, the guys out here, they're halfback. That's where everybody went. And that little throwback screen to the flanker, I mean, that was a big play a few years ago, and the Redskins executed that perfectly.
Very good design and execution. Herman, shotgun snap. He's going to roll out to his right. And he's got a man. That pass is deflected. That was Kyle Lane, I believe,
Pass intended to Phillips.
who deflected that ball. Yep. Kyle Lane, he and Jace Thompson, like I said 2 weeks ago, we were calling their names over and over defensively. They were everywhere the football was, those 2 guys were.
I don't think it was deflected, Ted. I think it was dropped. I think the hit it was number 4. That's Cohen Phillips, I believe. Yeah, I think that hit Cohen Phillips right on the shoulder pad, clean as a whistle.
This is a different formation. 4 wide now for Coshocton. He's going to try to throw once again over the head of Phillips. First time we've seen that formation tonight.
Yes, it is. I mean, he had to. I don't think he could have gotten that thing there with the stamp on him. He was covered. All right, 3rd down and 10. 38 seconds left in the half. 34-0 in favor of the Ceramics.
Ball resting right at the 20-yard line. 4 down territory all the way if the Redskins don't make this 3rd down conversion. Now they're showing more of a spread look here. 3 wide with 1 running back. Herman drops back. The pass rush is on him, and gets out of it momentarily.
Yeah.
That was big 64. It was back there, Ethan Wolf.
Ethan Wolf, freshman. Nice job, Ethan. He come in, his partner come in there and finished him off, 57. Charlie Powell, he's an old kid. He's a sophomore.
And the clock is ticking down, and I don't think Coshocton's even going to run a 4th down play here. That is going to take us to our halftime break with our score, Crooksville 34, Coshocton 0. We're going to step aside for halftime, but we will keep the cameras here for the marching band performances. So enjoy those band performances, and we will see you for the 3rd quarter.
That I've spoken for later tonight. 1981, Jennifer Dusenberry, 1993, Nancy Gary, 1994, Amanda Hashman, 1995. Kelly Barbaroda, 2010. Nicole Keister, 2010. April Wheeler, 2010. Lindsay Boyer, 2011. Miller, 2011. Carol Locke, 2018. Haley Dobbins, 2021. Darby Boyer, 2021. Amari Smith, 2023. Dobbins, 2021. And last but not least, Jaden Age, 2025. These are your CHS alumni. And now for your halftime entertainment. First up, the Coshocton High School Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, Coshocton High School proudly presents the 2025 Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Barry Hardesty and Assistant Directors Mrs. Elliott and Mr. Robert Moore. Tonight, the band will present our competition show based on Anton Dvorak's Ninth Symphony. The second movement features soloist Corbin Murphy on trombone, Gavin Griffiths on trumpet, and Jacob Milletti on tenor saxophone. We hope you enjoy our presentation of A New World. The Coshocton Band thanks you for your kind attention, and we would like to wish the Crooksville Band the best of luck throughout their season.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the Marching Band alumni joining your 2025 Marching Ceramics. Millennials, get on your feet and get ready to rock your body as the band performs Everybody by the Backstreet Boys. Up next, enter Sandman by Metallica. And grab your cutie and stand up and dance to the Cupid Shuffle.
our CHS alumni and our CHS marching band. Tonight, in the alumni, or for the alumni, Abby Anderson, alto. Priscilla Garrett, alto. Drew Hartley, alto. Aiden McGrath, baritone. Noah Winkins, bass drum. Mason McCormick, bass drum. Ian King, bass drum. Sally Fields, clarinet. Haley Winkins, the flute. Noah Peck, flute. Jen Potts, flute. Angela Harbaugh, flute. Ethan Myers, flute. Dorothy Goble. Majorette, Debbie McLean. Majorette, David Levering, quads. Tyra Brown, Kara Brown, snare. Andrew Anderson, trombone. Angel Wood, trombone. Missy Smith, trumpet. Carrie Spring, tuba. Hannah Thacker, trumpet. Helen Fulk, saxophone. Brian Miller, tenor sax. And Dominic Bob, trumpet. Once again, make some noise for your CHS Alumni Marching Band. Coshocton will receive in the second half. Quick shout out, breakfast at the Peerless Lodge, first Saturday of every month, 7 to 10 a.m. All you can eat, $9, 172 West Main Street.
And welcome back to Ceramic Stadium and the campus of Crooksville High School. Second half about to get underway.
Which one is yours?
34-0 is our score. The Ceramics lead this one on homecoming night. It's been all Ceramics here in the first half. And
Okay.
Also,
Crooksville's going to kick this one off to Coshocton to begin the third quarter. And offensively, the Redskins really couldn't get anything mustered until late stages of that second quarter, where they found something they liked on the right side of their offensive line, and they kept going to it.
Well, they did. I mean, they ran that sweep very effectively, but they couldn't really put it together, a sustained drive, that's for sure. Whoa, that's going to be trouble. I think it was touched. Yep.
You know, he's going to pick it up and run it back, and he's going to have some space, Coach. He's all the way out past the 50. When he fielded that ball, I was questioning that because he could have let it roll out of bounds, and they could have got possession at the 35. But
you know, you see that so often, Ted, when a kick goes awry and it doesn't do what you think it's going to do, the coverage breaks down. Guys get out of their lanes. No one stayed on the sideline, and there's always somebody assigned to contain. And your assignment is don't get wider than those little white marks over there on the sideline. Stand there on that sideline. Don't let the guy get outside you. Well, whoever had that job didn't get it done.
Cash Murphy on the return for the Redskins. First play from scrimmage is going to be a toss sweep to the left-hand side this time. Same result. That's going to be a 15-yard gainer, and that's the big fullback once again, Coach, number 2.
Yes. Caleb Grimmett. My next-door neighbor's name's Grimmett.
He's built like a bowling ball.
Well, I tell you what, I know when you take a look at him, you don't think if he's going to run the ball, it's not going to be on a sweep.
Yeah, exactly.
But then he runs that sweep, and I mean, he turns those shoulders and gets him square to the line of scrimmage. And if you're not there to meet him at the line, and right now the Ceramics, there's no one out there. Yeah. Either side, they're not playing pretty good defense on that perimeter, that's for sure.
Double handoff, that ball's on the ground.
Yes,
football on the ground, that's recovered by the Ceramics. Let's see who it is, number 56, Gavin Mount on the recovery for Crooksville. And yet another positive drive stopped by mistakes by the Redskins.
Well, that was a massive misdirection play. I mean, that guy's going everywhere, and the ball just came loose. The senior jumped on it. Yep. Nice job.
Coshocton will pop a play or two, and then they regress and do something to hurt themselves. They haven't been able to sustain these positive plays.
You know, Ted, when you're 1-6, you're 1-6 for a reason.
So Crooksville now with possession. Brayson Hill in the shotgun formation. He's looking downfield. 4 receivers, all running vertical routes. Kyle Lane
that's interference.
Is open.
Oh, no way.
They're going to say no pass interference there. I think it was just really good, tight coverage. We're going to get a look here, Coach. You can be the judge.
Here's what I see. I don't see the defensive back turning his head for the ball.
He did not. But I'm not sure that he made contact.
Well, that's
it was close.
Yeah, it was close. Close as what this fence is right here in front of us. That
looked like the play from the very first play of the game where they sent all 4 receivers on vertical routes. This is going to be a screen pass, hauled in.
Oh. Hit and brought down by number 23.
I think.
Correction.
You know,
that was number 14, Jonathan Love.
You know, Coshocton, the Redskins, they're 1-6. I mean, they're going to have a losing season. And I saw these guys play New Lexington, and I saw the same type stuff. They're outmanned, but they rarely get out hit. I mean, they are good hitters, and you know they can keep these young kids together. They'll have something, I'm sure, because they're not shy about hitting.
3rd and 5 for Crooksville. Brayson Hill looking for a receiver. He found one, unable to make the connection with Gage Love.
Gage should have turned around a little sooner. He was wide open, and Brayson was looking at him, but he just kind of jogged out there on his route, and I don't think he thought he was the intended receiver, and he probably wasn't. But had he turned around, I can guarantee you Brayson Hill would have put that ball right there on the numbers.
4th down and 5. Should be a punting situation here for the Ceramics, but we'll see. We'll see what they come out in. Doesn't look like a punting formation to me.
Who's the head coach here? Dan Campbell?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
So they're going to line up in 4 wide. Brayson Hill takes the snap. He's going to run it himself, and he's going to get the first down yardage plus a couple more. I mean, when you call that play on 4th and 5, you have supreme confidence and your blockers and your quarterback.
No doubt about it. Well, he can make something happen if he gets a crease. But it looked to me like he almost bobbled the ball. Yeah, I think he did right there. Whew. Hang on to that thing.
So a fresh set of downs for Crooksville. A lot easier to make that decision to roll the dice in your own territory with a 34-point lead.
Well, because it is a 34-point lead, we're into the rule now of a running clock.
Yeah.
The clock will not stop on incomplete passes or kids running out of bounds. We're going to have probably a motion penalty here, I bet.
Haven't had too much pre-snap penalties here tonight. Pretty clean game.
You shouldn't in Week 8.
Week 8, yeah.
Those are kind of things you shouldn't have. And so far, neither team has really been plagued by that kind of stuff.
Ball's going to be placed at the 44.
That's going to set the Ceramics back 5 yards. Makes it 1st and 15 from their own 44-yard line. Brayson Hill's got a man in motion. He gives it to the motion man, which is Johnson. Freshman Brandon Johnson, who's been making plays on defense all night, gets his hands on the football, and he's making
wow.
He is making the most of it.
Boy, I saw a defensive player absolutely drill one of the Ceramics, and the referee looked right at it and didn't do anything. That's terrible. That's awful.
See Brandon Johnson making his way through.
I mean, there's no reason for that hit. That upsets me, Ted. That really does. For some of the penalties that get called, and then for something like that to happen, those are the kind of things that starts fights later on in the game. Players don't think something's going to be called, well, then they'll do it too.
Motion man was Easton Matthews. Hill hands him the ball, and that's going to lose serious yardage. He's going to be dropped all the way back at the Crooksville 45-yard line. That's a loss of 8 on that play, Coach.
He's still down.
Another injured player down for Crooksville. It's Easton Matthews, the player who took the handoff.
Clock will stop for an injured player. I'm sorry I went on that little rant there, but that was absolutely uncalled for. If I'd seen that and I'd been a coach on the sideline and my player did that, that would be his last snap of the night. And he would become one with things called sprints forever on Monday. That was just a really cheap shot. The play was over with. The offensive lineman was, I think it was a back, was behind the play, was just standing there, and the defensive player for Coshocton just leveled him.
The injured Ceramic we mentioned is Easton Matthews. He is up, walking off the field gingerly. But this is going to be a 3rd and forever here, Coach. 3rd and 14 is what the Ceramics are facing now.
So when you're the head coach, this is when you call up your offensive coordinator. Mine was Greg Williams, God rest his soul, bless his heart. We lost him during COVID. And I'd say, Greg, it's all yours, buddy. Make the call.
Okay. Let's see what Coach Pardon has in mind on a 3rd and 14.
With the running clock, this game's going to go quickly. Yep. This is no time to be losing your star quarterback on a late hit. That's for sure. Throw that thing.
Hill launches it downfield. It's got a receiver hauled in by Eli Sprinkle inside the 20-yard line. That's a big gainer, Coach.
I tell you what.
That's good for 37 yards on the pass.
Nice block back there. Save Brayson Hill from being squashed.
Keeping his eyes downfield.
Defensive back, look for the ball. That's what I can still hear Chris Buff, my defensive back coach, telling our defensive backs, when that receiver's eyes go up in the air, it's because the ball's on the way. Turn around and look. You might get lucky and it might hit in your face mask.
Eli Harvey, the running back in the backfield with Hill. Trips to the wide side, single receiver to the boundary. Screen play, that's going to be Kyle Lane.
Oh, good blocking out there.
And we've got a flag out. Lane's going to take this one in, but we got to check the marker here, Coach.
They're going to call holding on the receiver for Crooksville.
Yeah, they're celebrating in the end zone. I have a feeling this one's coming back. We're going to get another look right here. We'll see who the guilty party is. Is it 56 right there?
No, it was it was a defensive back. He grabbed the guy and pulled him down. Good call.
So that's going to negate Kyle Lane's third touchdown. It would have been his third touchdown of the night.
24-yard line.
But that's going to back the Ceramics all the way up to the 24-yard line.
3:49 left on the running clock here in the third quarter. Score 34-0 in favor of the Ceramics. Well, it's first down and forever.
First and 20 to be exact.
But you got nothing else to do. You might as well work on it.
Ceramics, they seem to favor this formation. 3 wides to the wide set, and they're going to throw it that way. And
that's Cohen Phillips.
Goldsmith brought down by number 4, Phillips.
Nice tackle. He's a quality football player, and he's gimping around. I can't tell if it's a cramp or a bad ankle, but he can. I never get over Ted. You see a kid like that, he can hardly walk, and then he'll run and make the play. It's just guts. I mean, that's all it is. And a 4-man line, 2 linebackers behind him.
He had the 3 receivers to the short side of the formation, and that ball was nearly picked off. You're never going to get an easier gift-wrapped interception than that right there.
Well, that's when you explain to your young man, you know, you're wearing number 66 for a reason,
Yeah.
Colton.
I think it hit him. We saw in the replay right there, it hit him right in the face mask.
It did. Colton Tidwell. Right place at the right time. Just couldn't pull that thing in.
So they flipped the formation this time. Trip receivers to the wide side again. Receiver in motion. Fake the handoff to him. Hill's going to take this one himself. A little bit of room up the middle. He may take this one all the way, and he will. Brayson Hill into the end zone for the 3rd time tonight. 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 interception return for a touchdown for Hill.
What a run. Nice block out there by 22. Excellent block at the point of attack. That springs Hill. Eli Harvey, senior. Nice block. You know, I remember this when Coshocton played New Lex. The biggest difference I thought in that game was the speed. New Lex had so much speed compared to these guys. And it's the same deal here. You can compensate for size and everything else, but that superior speed is.
That extra point attempt is blocked by the Redskins, so it's going to leave our score at 40-0.
Well,
different kicker out there. That was not Cottrell.
That was
Riley Spring.
He just about had a couple blocks. Jace Dickerson on that block. Nice block, nice everything. I mean, they've almost gotten a couple of those extra points, but backup kicker just doesn't have that timing right down. You know, I mean, it takes a little too long. I've always marveled at people say they'll see a game pregame and say, "Oh, she's kicking 45-yard field goals." I said, "Man, that's great. Did the rush get close to it?" They said, "Well, no, there's no rush." I said, "Well, there you go."
Yeah, with no pass rush.
That's right.
It's a whole different beast. A minute 23 remaining in the third quarter. A quickly moving third quarter due to the running clock. Not much Coshocton can do about that now, as Crooksville has a 2-score buffer on the running clock. So even if Coshocton's able to score here, it's not gonna stop the bleeding.
Not at all.
Tri-Valley 15, Philo 12, third quarter.
See the scores running across the bottom of the screen on the ticker. Tri-Valley 15, Philo 12.
Maysville has a 7-point lead.
And New Lex, no problem with Maysville. And I've been saying it since I first saw New Lex this year. That's the most complete team I've seen in a while. Offense, defense, special teams, all 3 phases, the Panthers are solid.
Oh, they are. And the other scary thing about them, Ted, is they have depth.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen when they've played Coshocton, they lost Paul Stinson like on the second play of the game, their big stud running back, and he caught a middle screen and and took a shot in the ribs, and he was done for the night. And they put a kid in there named Matthias.
Colton Matthias.
And never missed a beat.
The week we saw him, it was Terrell King. He was taking carries out of the backfield and running through Fairfield Union defense like it was nothing.
Yep.
They just got so much firepower.
They lost Tanner Toth, their starting strong side linebacker, and defense never missed a beat. So they not only do they have talent, they have depth.
So Coshocton takes over. It's going to be a jet sweep to the wingback, and he is tripped up. Great tackle there. Can't make out the number. Looks like 37.
57.
Okay. Charlie Powell.
Charlie Powell. I just talked to his sister Lily at halftime. She goes to New Lexington, and she's quite the student. Already enlisted in the United States Navy. Leaves, I think, June 12th or 11th, something like that.
Good for her.
You bet. She's going to the Naval Training Base in Chicago. Timeout.
That's the end of the third quarter, my friends. So
holy cow.
3 quarters are in the books here from Ceramic Stadium. Crooksville 40, Coshocton 0. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the fourth quarter.
Here we go.
Fourth quarter is underway at Crooksville High School. Coshocton possessing the ball, facing a 2nd and 8 inside their own territory. Pitch is going to be to the fullback once again. Great tackle.
Wow.
That was Brody Cottrell on the open field tackle. We're going to look at this. Watch this stick, Coach.
I'm telling you now, it's just like you draw it up. Nice tackle.
Yep. That's what I said. Crooksville has a lot of players that can play a lot of different positions.
I tell you what I like. They got a lot of kids, and that's one good thing. I mean, they got a lot of kids on the team. I like their fundamentals.
Yeah.
I mean, their blocking and their tackling. I see some mistakes of pursuit angles, but other than that, I mean, they are running into the football. They're hustling.
Third down run by Phillips across.
Handoff is to Phillips once again. He's a running back we didn't see at all in the first half, and he's taken the majority of the carries for Coshocton here in the second. It was mostly Murphy along with Haley in that first half with the 2 wingbacks. I don't know if this score is forcing the hand of Coach Steve Smith trying to protect some of his players possibly, but I don't see them losing a beat with Phillips in there, number 4.
Not at all. Yeah, Caleb Grimmett was the guy that ran the sweep so well first half.
There he is on the sweep to the left, and there's some space. He's going to gain 10 on the first down carry. They're going to give him not a very favorable spot.
Well, the good news about Caleb is he's just a junior. We got a flag down? Yes, we do.
He moves well for his size.
Yes, he does.
Holding on the Redskins.
And that play negated by a hold, and that's just, oof. Seems like when you're down, the breaks just continue not to go your way. But that's going to be a holding penalty. It's only going to cost him a few yards. It was a spot penalty marked off from the violation. So 1st and 13 for the Redskins. J.J. Herman still directing traffic from quarterback position. This is Murphy. He's got some room out there, Coach. I don't know if they're going to catch him. Nope. There's one player with an angle.
There you go.
They got him just inside the 10-yard line.
That's that inside reverse, and he just popped it to the outside. and no one was there, nobody home, and he was gone.
Getting a look at it, Cash Murphy. He had his block set up well on the perimeter outside the numbers. And right there, you see number 34 slows down his progress.
It looked to me like the defender on the right side of the Crooksville defense ran across the line of scrimmage. And, your rule in most defenses is if the flow goes away, pursue as deep as the deepest threat. And he was just a little too deep, and the guy sneaked underneath him. Nice run, nice play call.
So Coshocton, their best opportunity to score of the game. It's going to be a toss sweep to Grimmett. He's got some room. He's going to work his way into the end zone for the Redskins' first score of the night.
Well, good for them.
Yeah, they finally get in there. You see Grimmett. He's a big kid, 200-plus pounder. He bullies his way into the end zone for 6. Coshocton in the books. 40-6 is our score.
They haven't had many end zone celebrations this year, Ted. So, by golly, they deserve that one.
I mentioned in the pregame, they've only scored 24 points in their last 5 games, but 17 of those were last week against Meadowbrook. So the 4 previous to that, 7 points combined in a 4-game stretch. So to say they've been struggling offensively would be an understatement. PAT is blocked. Oh, it's faked.
No, I think it was blocked.
Was it blocked?
Yeah.
But is that eligible to throw it once?
Sure. But I'm thinking some of the offensive linemen ran good patterns on that too.
We're going to get another look at this. We'll see here. The kick you see right there is blocked. Right back to the holder, who happens to be the quarterback, J.J. Herman. And the play just broke down. Nevertheless, they're not giving him the 2 points.
No, illegal man downfield.
Okay.
When your right tackle runs that out pattern, it's not good. But one of the offensive linemen, I'm sure thought his quarterback was going to run the ball. You don't really practice that play much.
No.
And, guys just kind of get lost in the upheaval. Try to kick it again.
He's going to back him up. He's going to try it from there, and he's
nice kick.
Big leg, easily enough, and it's through. 40-7 is now our score. Ceramics on top as this one's winding down. Under 7 minutes to play in the ball game. This one's all but decided. I'd like to thank our sponsors once again for allowing us to bring you these games. The Community Bank. Now is the perfect time to join the Go Local movement by banking locally with the Community Bank. Fink's Harley-Davidson. Live to ride, ride to live. Quick as a wink, you can deal with Fink. Foxfire Schools, free public alternative education serving grades K through 12. Zanesville's flooring store is Levy's. Ziegler Tire, where we focus on strong customer relations and provide the highest quality of workmanship on each and every automotive repair. Well, Coach, under 7 to play here. Is Coach Parton going to leave the starters in, or is he going to start? You think he's going to start giving some other guys some looks here?
Well, I'll be the most surprised announcer on the planet if number 15 goes back out there and plays quarterback.
Yeah, you'd really hate for some of your key players to come up with an unnecessary injury in the late stages of this one.
Well, we were talking before the game with some of the coaches. I was talking with Matt Browning and Chris Taylor and Matt McIntyre about the chances of making that top 12 for the playoff. Oh, look out. Yep. He needs to beat one guy here.
It's Kyle Lane once again. I'll tell you what. That kid, if we were to award a player of the game, he would be tops on my list for tonight. He's been all over the field on both sides of the football and even in special teams play.
Nice blocking. That's another thing, that's good coaching. No penalties on a kickoff. You can't see a kickoff or a punt in the NFL without there being that's just.
Well, they got those goofy rules on their kickoff, though.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah. They come up with some stuff, I tell you.
I think next year, I heard they're going to be on bicycles. That's ridiculous.
So, Crooksville, outstanding field position.
Some pups in there for sure.
And it's going to be Brody Cottrell, I believe, taking the snaps for Crooksville. More than capable.
Whoa, look out.
That's Brandon Johnson, the young freshman. He's got some room. He's working his way inside the 5-yard line. And man, this kid's been impressive all night.
He has. That's about a good job of following your blockers. And guys blocking downfield. Look at that. Young guys blocking down the field. Number 4, nice job. 18 was blocking. Who are those guys? 4 is Wyatt Dalrymple, sophomore. 18 was Riley Spring, just a freshman. Outstanding blocking down the field.
Yeah, I know they still got a lot of season left, but man, I just counted only 7 seniors on this roster. A lot of youth out there for Crooksville. Cottrell going to. Oh, that's
taking it in.
That's Eli Harvey. Direct snap, wildcat formation, and Harvey plunges into the end zone for yet another Ceramics score.
52 points.
All Crooksville tonight on homecoming night, as they're going to ensure their first non-losing season since 2015. It'll be a 5.
Yeah, that's right. 5 wins.
Yep.
Man, 2 games to go. Two big challenges.
Yep.
And the Panthers of New Lex.
And the Panthers of Maysville.
Oh, buddy.
The Panthers and the Panthers. But
yep.
I believe that Week 10 game against Maysville could be the deciding factor. I mean, this, in Division 6, Region 23, there's a lot more wiggle room than the bigger divisions. So Crooksville, you never know. With outside help, could squeak in there at 6 wins. A lot of football to be played before we start making Week 11 reservations.
You're exactly right, Ted, and I have some real reservations about the playoffs. I'm glad it's not 16 teams.
I think 12 is the perfect number.
I thought that was ridiculous, and someone's always going to say, well, there's a 16 seed won a game. Yeah, they might win one in 5 years. Mm-hmm. But you have a lot of teams that are, 2-8, 3-7, playing a team that's 10-0.
Yep.
And these kids, Ohio high school kids, play more games in a row than the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Yeah.
Or the NFL players.
Yeah, they don't get bye weeks.
No bye weeks. So this year there will be a bye for that first round for the top 4 seeds. But
which is fair. If you finish in the top 4 seed, you deserve that.
That's right. And if you're the number 1 seed and you get to play a 16 seed and you lose your star tailback or quarterback on a sprained ankle against a team when you have a 28-point lead in the first quarter, that just drives you crazy if you're a coach. Nice kick. Might go out of bounds. Might go in the end zone.
At the 1.
Whoa. Well, I'll tell you what. Who's that deep man back there? He had nerves of steel, buddy.
That was J.J. Herman, I believe.
Well, J.J. watched that ball all the way down the field and took a chance that it was going to roll out of bounds, and it did.
Yeah, very fortunate.
Had that thing stopped at the 1-yard line, buddy.
I was just thinking that. If that came to rest right there, he would have been in the coffin corner like he'd never been in before.
As the world known as hurt.
Yeah.
Okay, got some young guys on defense. Looks like some young guys on offense for the Redskins.
First and 10, Coshocton with 4:30 remaining.
Clock running. 46-7. Somehow
how'd they go backwards?
Well, I don't know.
They just had 53.
Math was never my strong suit, Ted, but I'll take 46.
Number 6, Skelton, the quarterback for the Redskins.
Yeah, we definitely have some different new personnel in there. You can see all the bodies got smaller.
Yes, they did. And we have a yellow flag down.
No doubt going to be holding against Coshocton. That's going to set them back 10 yards.
Some more reserves coming in. 74, 77, and 81. 74 is Curtis Gill.
On the Redskins, ball's going to be placed at the
I think I saw a 71 go in.
That will be 1st and 20.
71 is Dallas Pettit. Boy, some of these last names, the face of the change, but some of the names have stayed the same. I mean, it's been like a homecoming for me here on homecoming week.
Yep. So The Redskins back to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 20. They're just going to give it right up the middle, and that play is going nowhere. Maybe a yard or two on the carry.
Some young guys getting some Friday Night Lights experience. There's nothing like it.
Nope.
You know, I mean, reserve games are great for these young guys, but there's nothing like playing under the lights on a Friday night, getting that first hit. You know, that's exciting. Well, they're putting guys in freely, substituting 3 and 4 guys at times. That 3 more new players in the game right now.
I think that maybe they're on the sidelines lobbying to play. Put me in, Coach.
Well, you know, with this running clock, this game's going to be over in 2 minutes.
It's going to be a pitch sweep.
Oh, nice cut.
Arnold on the carry, and that's going to be near first down yardage.
I think it's going to be, if it's not a first down, it's going to be close enough to go for it, that's for sure.
The ball's going to be placed about 2 yards short, so that's going to bring up
Be a couple yards shy of the first down marker.
33-yard line.
3rd and 2, but I mentioned this one's all but over. We're about to go under 2 minutes to play.
Well, how many years have the college ranks had a 2-minute timeout? Is this the first year?
I believe it is, yeah. It's something you have to get used to. You're not expecting it in the college game. Coshocton back to the line at 3rd and 2. They're just going to hand it off. He's going to get it.
So
big gainer.
Solo tackle to end the game.
I think we got a couple snaps left.
Okay.
Couple snaps left. But this has got to feel good for Crooksville after losing 3 straight.
I think
Get back in the win column.
Do they have 11 out there? I mean, I saw 4 guys come off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. You can play with 10, you just can't play with 12.
Arnold, the ball carrier for the Redskins. Makes a move on.
Nice change of direction there by Arnold, but still corralled by the Crooksville backups for just a 5-yard gain, and might have one more snap here, Coach.
Yep. You know, the stands on the far side, they've been empty most of the night. Not very many folks from Coshocton came down, but I want to salute those Coshocton fans who did.
Absolutely.
Come down and support their kids. It's easy to support a team that's winning. Yep. It takes a special fan to follow a team that's only won 1 game.
I couldn't agree more, Coach. And had the same type of sentiment when we saw Riverview 2 weeks in a row. As they're a team that's obviously struggles, but their kids keep showing up for practice every day, and they keep showing up for the games. And you got to admire players.
You bet.
That continue to come back every single day trying to get better.
Absolutely.
I have nothing but admiration for them. That's going to do it for us here at Crooksville. Final score 46-7. Crooksville winners on homecoming night. We're going to step aside momentarily. We'll be back in just a moment to wrap this one up. And we're about to wrap this one up from Ceramic Stadium. Crooksville, big winners on homecoming night, 46-7 over the visiting Coshocton Redskins. And we're going to take a look at some of these highlights here, Coach, from the game.
I believe this is going to be a touchdown on a punt return.
Yeah, this is Kyle Lane's punt return for a touchdown early in the game, which gave Crooksville a 13-0 advantage at that point.
One move and turn on the Jets.
Lane again. As he's just an outstanding football player on both sides of the ball.
He accelerates so quickly. I mean, from just barely moving, and then he's gone. Here's another one.
Yeah. Brayson Hill, you see that lateral movement. You can't coach that.
No.
You see Brayson Hill in the interception, and watch him weave all the way through the Coshocton defense.
You know, I really believe that kids like him, they see a different field than most players. I mean, they find openings, they see lanes. What a run.
Here's going to be a fumble on the play that Crooksville ends up. That was early in the second half when Coshocton was trying to mount a little bit of a comeback. And here's really the main highlight for Coshocton on the night. Cash Murphy down the left boundary, but brought down by a pair of Crooksville defenders. But here's the only touchdown on the night for Coshocton. Comes from the big guy Grimmett. Here we see Eli Harvey. He's going to take this one in for the final score of the game, and that's how we finish, Coach. And this was all Crooksville from the beginning to end. Your final thoughts on this one?
Well, you know, I was very impressed with the fundamentals of the Crooksville kids. They run hard, they're fast, they tackle well, and they definitely had their foot on the gas all night. So win number 5, congratulations. That's the most wins in a decade.
Yep.
And on the next week for them.
Absolutely. Week 9 comes next week. We will be at Coshocton to see the Redskins again host West Muskingum. But anything left to say here, Coach?
Beat the Panthers.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Our final score, Crooksville 46, Coshocton 7.